Joining us on this conversation on the Preeti Ness mess and the unexpected turn of a gangster popping up at this stage. With me in the studio is Ashok Pandit. He's a filmmaker and social activist. He's got a threat call from Ravi Pujari. You have in the past. 2006. He called you. Okay, we're going to talk about that. To my left is Shaina NC. I'm not actually saying who's for Preeti and who's for Ness in this particular case. We have Dilip Tahil and Nasir Abdullah, well-known and respected actors. So they've been watching this today. I presume in this case they would be for Preeti. You'd be for Preeti in this case.
Can't tell you that right now.
But it would, okay, fine. You can. So my question is this. What is the relevance, Ashok Pandit, of this call allegedly made to Nasli Wadia's office in this case? I mean, what is the relevance of this whole thing? Is a suggestion being made that it's been done at the behest of one of the affected parties or what?
No, I don't think so. Because it has happened immediately after this complaint, definitely people will,
Why is it happening?
That's for the complainant to decide.
Which complainant to decide?
Preeti, who has complained about this issue.
So what does Preeti know about this case?
About what case?
About the phone call.
No, she's complained about.
Yeah, but what does she have to do with the phone call of this gangster?
Who's saying that it has to do
but
something
the whole
with
suggestion is right now that you're linking the two.
No, because it has immediately happened after this incident.
So what if it happened right after the thing? It makes no relevance.
No, nobody is saying that Preeti has told Ravi Pujari to call him up.
No, but then this is like throwing a cloud over the whole affair and trying to make Preeti Zinta go on the defensive.
No. Nobody is saying this, that Preeti is involved in asking the underworld to call him up.
No, but the fact remains that
the incident has happened after this.
In the Bharat Shah case, Preeti was the only actor, wasn't she, who actually came out. No, Bharat Shah case the actor who came out in 2003 against the underworld. So she would say that this is ridiculous for anyone to even remotely suggest that, my name and my case vis-a-vis Ness can be linked to some call made by an unknown gangster, known gangster from Australia.
But if a complaint is right, if you think that then this also can be right that they have received a call.
Yeah, but they're two different matters.
That she has gone as a woman to complain to the police is going to be testimony to the fact that she was harassed and that is the reason she went. Now, whether the underworld calls before, after, or this whole plot sounds like a Hindi film, movie, I think
what a Hindi film, it's a reality, isn't it?
I mean,
somebody's gone. We're not making this up.
No. Arnab,
we're not making this up. Somebody did call Nasli Wadia's office and say that I am Ravi Pujari, and he says that, and I have the details
here. But that could be the underworld calling on their own. Preeti Zinta has nothing to do with instigating the underworld to call X, Y, or Z.
They took her name, but this could 1 second. I put the other angle to this is this could be an attempt to defame Preeti Zinta on part of some vested interest. What if it's some crank caller who says that I am Ravi Pujari, right? It could be, right? What do you think, Nasir?
Could very well be.
It could be a fake call, and somebody just wants to add the masala. Why not? I mean, I can call anybody, and I can say I am so and so.
So pressure tactic, but who'd be behind it?
Not Preeti for sure.
No, not Preeti. Who'd be behind it? No, who'd be behind it? Who benefits? Who wants to go after the Wadias?
Well, if it's a fake, then nobody's behind it.
Yeah,
it's been invented. Who knows?
And if it's not a fake, then who wants to go after the Wadias? Question to be asked, isn't it?
Certainly.
Yeah, Dilip Tahil?
I don't know.
More than meets the eye.
I'd like to first of all take a broader aspect to this whole thing. To start with, I mean, I know Preeti very well, and she did her first movie with me, so I know her as a colleague. Plus, I know Ness Wadia, and Ness is a thorough gentleman.
Yeah.
And the whole incident was very unfortunate. Yeah. And now it's taken another twist. And frankly, to be very honest with you, I know it's very difficult to figure out where this call has come from, how genuine it is. In fact, is it instigated, motivated? But it seems it has come at such a timely point in this whole episode that it raises the questions, as you said. And I for one, I have no idea what the credibility of this whole call.
No, but is it possible that there are vested interests in this?
Could very well.
Vested interest.
You have a film star who's so well known. Right. You have, on the other hand, one of the biggest industrial houses in this country.
Yes.
And this makes a story. So I have
makes a story for what?
I have a huge question in my mind, Arnab, which is that if you have a scenario such as this where somebody has lodged a complaint against somebody who comes from this kind of a background, maybe the underworld is just watching and is just participating in this entire mess.
On their own.
Very well be.
On their own. On their own. You really think so, Dalit Tahir?
I can't comment on that, but she's quite right. It's a very fertile ground for anyone to take advantage on either side.
And to be in the limelight.
I mean, here she's quite right.
Because the two say, hey, let's move in too.
So one call to Neswadia, police looking after it is happening. It's a very normal thing. People keep on getting calls from this kind of shady guys in the industry.
When did you get a call? When did you get? I think what people want to know tonight, Mr. Ashok Pandit, if you don't mind my asking you this, that in June 2006 you received a phone call, right, from this man.
Yeah.
Tell me about. Are you willing to talk about it?
I think I should. I think I should not talk about it.
I think you should. Because I think people want to know when a filmmaker. 1 second.
Yeah.
So when a filmmaker like you gets a call, who made a threat to you, and now that same person, Ravi Pujari, has made a call to Nasli Wadia's office. If it is Ravi Pujari, we want to know from you what happened at that time in 2000.
You see, I got a call.
Yeah.
It was relating to some builder's issue. I was trying to save an open space in my area, and it was a threat to me that you please don't get into it. The issue was not.
Tell me about the whole conversation, right?
Well, he said, "Don't get into it." I said, "We have no right to."
What did he say? He just called you up.
No, he used bad words. He used foul language.
Yeah.
That you don't get into it, and it's not your job and all that. You are into the industry. You please concentrate there and mind your own business. Mind your own business.
Which you did after.
It was just. No, I didn't. I'm still on the job. I'm still trying to save my open spaces. I'm still fighting.
Was the voice tested?
The number was confirmed by the police. It was his number. Police looked after it. Police followed the entire trail of that call and all that, and then they took up the matter and they saw to it.
So it was Ravi Pujari.
They confirmed it. There was and then after some time, I think there was an issue where Mahesh Bhatt's office was. There was a firing in Mahesh Bhatt's office during those days only. When the firing happened in Mahesh Bhatt's office, and he was the person who was involved in Bhatt Saab's office firing. So that also was interconnected with that. So everything fell into the place. The number was the same. Media spoke to him on the same numbers. Everything fell into the place. And he also told me that, why are you supporting Mahesh Bhatt on that?
Right.
You please get out of this shit.
Put a picture of Ravi Pujari. Just want to put a picture of Ravi Pujari on the screen there and tell our viewers about who this person really is. But my question goes back to my guests out here. Is it possible that some vested interest could be using this situation to their advantage to settle old scores? Because
absolutely.
You think so? You think so that people? Yeah.
I don't think.
I don't agree with his view that it's some disgruntled, gangster who has nothing to do, who just picks up the phone and starts getting into this whole matter.
They use this platform for their publicity, for them to be in the news. This is a threat perception which they keep on creating in the minds of a common man.
I think
and they're using this opportunity. It's as simple as that.
On their own. Without vested interest. Nobody's prompting them.
No, they don't have to be prompted. They don't have to be prompted. Let us understand one thing, boss. Both the sides, Preeti is...
Haven't all these calls taken away entirely from the seriousness of the charges against Nes Wadia? And put the spotlight more on this underworld angle. Just look at it. And hasn't that only muddied waters? Hasn't that happened?
But
Mr. Tahir, Shaina, hasn't that happened?
Arnab, you will know that only when Preeti comes back and speaks to the police. Up till now, it is a guessing game. She needs to also clarify the entire stand as to exactly what happened that day. Was she molested? Was she touched around? Was she felt around?
What has that got to do with this phone call right now?
No, you're saying
that's because you're supporting Nes Wadia. That's why you said that.
I'm not supporting anyone.
You're obviously on Nes Wadia's side on this one.
I'm on Preeti's side. If at all, she's been a woman of substance who's had the guts to go to the police station.
You're daring her and you're saying this.
I'm not at all.
Do you have any doubt about what you mean if she's a woman of substance?
She is a woman of substance.
She's a gutsy woman.
Please, Arnab, don't put words in my mouth. Preeti is a personal friend, and I know her over the years. I know how she always takes on issues. Sometimes she's even taken a stand, which is
that doesn't mean that's the truth. That doesn't mean that whatever she has said is the truth. Nes Wadia also has a point of view. It is quite possible that tomorrow Nes Wadia comes out in the open and in his statement says that she had asked for more equity to the team.
Now you're mudding water. You're mudding water. You're doing the typical number.
No.
You're doing the typical. Throw ink on the victim.
No. Let us. She's not a damsel in distress, boss. She's an educated woman, and if at all she had to complain, during that time. That time
you are
giving a gap of so many days. You are giving a gap of so many days. What? See, I'm an educated person.
They want to respond. Listen to them. First of all, do you just want to reconsider what you just said? Take it back. She's not a damsel in distress.
She's an educated woman.
What do you mean, damsel in distress? Any woman. This is a ridiculous comment, Ashok Pandit. Any woman who gets molested or who gets pushed around, verbally abused.
But truth is not true. Truth is not true.
But it happens.
In today's age, can you turn around and say, hello, don't complain, you're not a damsel in distress? Can we take this kind of argument lying down here? Dalit Tahil, Nasir Abdullah.
To begin with, there is absolutely no link between a damsel in distress, whether she's uneducated or educated. A woman in distress is a woman in distress. That's part of it. The other part of it is this has been an extremely unfortunate situation where two really good people, like Preeti and Ness, who's a gentleman, this whole thing has come into the public domain. There's a lot of stuff that is still under investigation. And I think that, that in itself will tell us exactly what happened at the stadium. However, it has taken a twist. You're quite right, Arnab. This is the timing of this SMS and phone calls that have come can only make us think that there's something brewing.
Exactly.
Under the
point. And as I go to the break, everyone's talking about it. Nasir, I'll come back to you when I come. The question is, are there bigger interests involved somewhere? And are some of those interests hidden interests? And are there old scores? And is there something bigger going on? And is Preeti only one part of a bigger? Is this now becoming bigger than it has been presented when we first reported this story? We'll talk more about the Preeti Ness mess and also give Ashok Pandit an opportunity to take back what he said, that Preeti Zinta shouldn't complain because she's not a damsel in distress. Will he take it back?